Okay, hi everyone, as I react to another Metaphor ReFantazio trailer, and this one's called Awaken, as I think it was revealed during the Summer Game Fest festivities today. I wasn't able to see it because during the stream, that's when I just entered work, so I couldn't see any of it. But because I'm subscribed to the official ATLUS West YouTube channel, I get all the trailers, and they have one trailer along with a second showcase for the game. So first I'm going to be watching the Awaken trailer, which is luckily only a minute long, and then the second showcase, video or stream video type of thing. I'm going to be watching after this, which I think is over 20 minutes long. So let's just watch the Awaken trailer. Also, is it still only going to be because there might have been one of the latest trailers might have had the characters talk in English or speak English, but I don't remember for sure. I think it's only been Japanese. But let's go. Watch this.
It is said that we all have inherited heroic virtues deep within us. The reality is,
I killed the king.
we fight. A great evil flows through this land. You have found a way to wield true magic.
Did he hang himself?
Many more protectors and followers
Anime
will gather to your side. Remind
Bounds.
people that the same powers lie dormant within them.
On guard!
You must acquire more archetypes and bring them together.
Yeah, that's what they're called, archetypes. I thought they were called something else.
How's this? Power. No holding back.
Elemental wind attacks.
Now you've acquired a most interesting power. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
Okay, so the trailer is mainly focused on the different archetypes. That's really it. Also, earlier before I reacted to this trailer, I also reacted to the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer, and for that one, they announced that the game was coming out October 11th, 2024. Also, and that's when this game is coming out, and that really sucks for me. Both these games I want to play with all my heart. Especially the Metaphor game, because it's by ATLUS, and specifically the people who worked on this game from ATLUS is the Persona 3, 4, and 5 team, or at least 3 and 4. I haven't played 3 and 5. I haven't played 4 yet, but I will. But yeah, so I'm like, damn it, why my luck? If nothing changes, and none of these change dates, I really do think I'm gonna be picking Metaphor over Sparking Zero, that's for sure. But this trailer here, yeah, it's mainly just focused on the archetypes and the different things. Hence Awaken. Yeah, many of these designs look almost similar, but they were going for a thing.
And bring them together.
That one looks like a fighting one.
How's this? Power. No holding back.
Now you've acquired a most interesting power. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
I wonder if there are even gonna be that many archetypes to use, because so far from the amount I've seen, it looks like it'll be 20 or 30 archetypes. I'm thinking closer to 20. And meanwhile, for the Persona series, it's the Shadows or whatever, and there's a bunch of them. So I wonder if for a majority of this game, it's just mainly gonna be on working on only a certain amount of archetypes, and it's mainly gonna be you giving them or equipping them specific skills, and instead of having a wide variety of different Personas / Shadows to use in battle, like they usually have. I wonder. But yeah, that's Metaphor ReFantazio Awaken trailer. And now for the Metaphor ReFantazio ATLUS Exclusive 2 showcase. I assume they're gonna be talking about the archetypes more because of the Awakening trailer that just came out. 3440. Okay, archetype job system.
Hello everyone, I'm Katsura Hashino, the director of Metaphor ReFantazio.
Hi, I'm excited for your
You may
game.
know some of my previous work, including Shin Megami Tensei 3 and
I
Persona
haven't
3,
played it,
4, and
but
5.
that one, those
At
two of those I
Summer
have.
Game Fest held in Los Angeles, California, we announced there are 14 archetype lineages, which amount to more than 40 archetypes.
Oh, never mind. 40
Understanding the various archetypes is crucial to
I was half
mastering
right. I
this
got 20.
timeless battle system.
by random
In
guess.
this edition of the ATLUS Exclusive 2 Metaphor ReFantazio Showcase, we will dive deeper into the different types of archetypes and how to use them. For those who haven't watched, in our previous showcase, we introduced the overall game flow. We will continue to reveal new content on Metaphor ReFantazio on our ATLUS YouTube channel, so please be sure to subscribe.
I'm always checking that.
Let's get started.
Don't worry about me. Battle system. Okay, battle system.
First, let's review the battle system introduced in the previous livestream. Metaphor features a turn-based and action-oriented battle system where enemies of lower rank are defeated through real-time action.
Yeah, this part was in the
You
first
proceed
showcase. I
at a
remember
quick
this
pace.
battle.
In this innovative battle system, against higher-ranked enemies, players can use the real-time action to enter turn-based combat with an advantage. Metaphor incorporates tactical planning through action into its established systems, along with a high degree of party composition freedom through job changes. Central to this approach are the game's new job types known as archetypes, which players can equip to their protagonist. To prepare these archetypes for the protagonist, it's crucial to first introduce the facility known as the Academia.
Now, where was I?
In the early stages of the story, the protagonist gains access to a mysterious location called Academia. As you can see, it's a place adorned with a plethora of books.
So a library?
giving it the atmosphere of a sanctuary of knowledge. The individual in Academia has high hopes for the protagonist's awakened archetypes.
I've been waiting.
He is well versed in archetype knowledge and will lend his support to the protagonist's journey, helping him to awaken archetypes.
Traveling boy.
Archetypes are managed in lineages such as this one, branching out as they are acquired during the journey. This is a game screen from the early stages of the story, so right now we only have access to the initial archetypes with basic skills. But once you're able to swap archetypes, the real game strategy begins. Details on how the protagonist comes to visit this place will be shared in detail in subsequent updates, so please look forward to it. Now,
Okay.
I'd like to
His name
introduce
is
the
Moore.
types and characteristics of archetypes, as well as details about the related battle systems,
That's a good boy.
including some that have not yet been revealed.
Archetype lineage.
In the last live stream, we introduced the different types of archetypes, including some of the foundational ones. The versatile Seeker, who is a well-rounded archetype. The Mage, who can exploit the enemy's weak points with powerful magic. The Thief, skilled in abilities like robbery. The Brawler, who excels in physical attacks using their fists. In terms of other initial
What is that
archetypes,
thing?
we have the Warrior, who excels in sword attacks. The Knight, with outstanding defensive skills. The Healer, who specializes in recovery.
The healer will
Commander,
never
with
leave
skills
like
related to
my
formation and
archetype
support.
like party. 'Cause I'm gonna be
The
needing
Gunner, who
that.
can shoot from a distance. The Merchant, who can use money-related attacks. And the Faker, with tricky moves. As the game
Faker?
progresses, players can unlock evolved archetypes such as the Masked Dancer, whose skills and resistances can be freely changed with equipment. The
Whoa.
Summoner, who is perceived as a highlight in job change games with its power to summon monsters. And the Berserker, who has tremendous destructive power. There are 14
So much is
basic
just going through the
archetype
screen right
lineages.
now. We're passing through
And
the
when
screen.
variations of each archetype are added up, in total there are more than 40 archetypes available.
Oh, over 40, not just 40. Okay. Archetype evolution.
Each archetype gains experience through battle and learns various skills. There's a wide variety of skills with different attributes and ranges, such as buffs, recovery, and passive skills to improve abilities. Mastering these skills allows players to gain an advantage in battles. Furthermore, as archetypes evolve through growth, players can advance to higher tier archetypes. While the archetypes like the ones introduced earlier are unlocked as the base archetype of each lineage, progressing them through battle and strengthening bonds with supporters encountered on the journey is crucial. This system unlocks conditions for acquiring even more advanced archetypes, providing substantial depth and party development for players to enjoy and experience. For example, the Seeker, which first awakens for the protagonist, is a lineage in the Seeker category. And by deepening the bond with the supporter who controls this lineage, the character can evolve into the Magic Seeker,
Oh, cool.
who wields powerful wind magic, as well as reinforcement support and passives, and then onto Soul Hacker, who has powerful magic such as additional MP recovery effects and penetration resistance. The Gunner, who can shoot from a distance, is a heroic figure in the ranged category, and can evolve into Sniper, who is good at all target attacks, and then onto Dragoon, who can trigger attacks with various magical attributes by deepening the bond with the supporter who controls this lineage.
Because that's my dragon
Each
cannon.
archetype variation is uniquely crafted with dedicated artwork, and the appearance of each character changes based on the equipped archetype. So I think
So once a archetype like evolves or changes, at some point, like if you just wanted to use the dragoon form of the gunner for a boss battle, can someone devolve him into a previous lesser form or even the original form once the big battle is over? Or once a archetype evolves, they can never go back. Like they have to stay in that high rank. I wonder if you'll be able to change that or not.
you will enjoy the work very much. This title was created with the cooperation of guest creators, including Koda Kazuma for the background concept art and Ikuto Yamashita for the Gauntlet Runner design. The archetype designs, boasting over 40 variations, are not only designed by Shigenori Soejima, who is in charge of character design for this title, but also
Commander.
by Yuji Himukai, the character designer for the Etrian Odyssey series,
Gunner.
who is likely familiar to ATLUS fans. The Etrian Odyssey series is a dungeon-crawling RPG based on creating characters from a large number of jobs and organizing them into parties. And the fact that we have incorporated the ideas of the creator who has consistently been in charge of the design of the series is not only impressive, but also an appropriate element for the 35th anniversary title of the ATLUS brand. So
Nice.
please look forward to it as well.
Of course, I'm looking forward to it.
In the last livestream, we explained the archetype system that allows you to transform at any time during a battle and activate their skills after entering a turn-based battle with the squad button. Today I would like to introduce the archetype battle system in more detail. Against higher-ranked foes, players can stun enemies with fast action before engaging in advantageous squad turn-based battles. However, if attacked by enemies first, the turn-based battle will begin with a disadvantage. Players who prefer certainty in their attacks or struggle with action sequences should not try to take on the enemies through fast battle, but rather use the squad button to engage in turn-based combat. Depending on the situation, players are encouraged to adapt between high-risk, high-reward combat and low-risk, low-reward strategies. The squad battle is a turn-based battle system adopted from Shin Megami Tensei 3. In this system, the number of actions per turn is determined by the number of party members.
And I haven't
the
played
number
any
of
Shin
actions
Megami game.
increases if the enemy's weak points are exploited. So, strategize your next move wisely. You can eliminate enemies unilaterally without giving them a turn. However, this system is a double-edged sword, since this also applies for the opponent. If enemy attacks exploit your party's weaknesses, then your party's turn may not come for a while, leading to challenging battles.
Okay, of course that's a
Metaphor
ATLUS
is
staple.
an evolution of our command
combat,
battle system
for Persona
that has been
combat.
cultivated over the years, and its innovative archetype system is unique to this title.
I think we're in the clear.
In command battles, players can change the party formation, front and back, and each archetype has its optimal position of strength. For example, the mage can cast magic from the back row to compensate for its weak point,
That's new.
low defense, to some extent, maintaining its attack power. The knight can withhold its attacks and attract enemy attacks from the back row, and therefore induce enemy attacks with minimal damage.
Only a flesh wound.
The gunner, who can use shooting, is an archetype that specializes in long-range attacks from the back row. The commander can change the formation of all members with its skills, allowing each player to freely create their own strategy.
I shall fight as the noble I am.
There is a special technique called synthesis that differs from normal skills. Synthesis, which means integration in psychological terms, is a system that allows archetypes to combine with other party members' archetypes. It can activate a special technique that is not available otherwise.
Oh, special attacks?
To perform this skill, it consumes more than a normal action, as it consumes an additional action from your ally's turn as well. This technique is more powerful for that reason. For example, while a mage and healer can only target a single enemy with their attack, with the use of synthesis, the target can be changed to all enemies. The Seeker's main attack is wind magic. But by using synthesis, the Seeker can use attacks with attributes
that's
that
awesome.
are normally
Look at that.
unavailable to it,
Fighting a sword.
such as light or strike. In addition, warriors are good at physical attacks. But if many of the same archetype are placed in a party, the attack characteristics will naturally be skewed. However, the special synthesis attack that can be unleashed by 3 warriors can do a surprising amount of damage even in the early stages of the game. This system is an important element of the strategy.
Planetary
And if used
devastation.
properly, it can eliminate the enemies all at once. The activation conditions change depending on the combination of the party, so it is a fun element to try out different configurations and discover new synthesis combinations.
So the synthesis stuff, that's gonna be a mechanic thing where I'm gonna have to just mess around with it myself and see exactly how it works. Cause I kind of get the general idea of what the guy was talking about with like what exactly it does, of different archetypes working with other ones to do a special attack. Like that's the general idea that I got from it. But actually trying to figure out which archetype works with who, and like what moves have to be done before the synthesis can go through, like that's gonna be more of a trial and error for me. Now, party configuration.
Moreover, the development team has worked hard to ensure that the diverse range of archetypes remains engaging even in the later stages, allowing players to enjoy different compositions. We aimed for a balance to avoid a situation where players' party compositions become similar as the game progresses, or where only certain archetypes are used. When players change from one archetype to another, they can inherit the skills they have already mastered to the new archetype.
I have a few skills.
The command battle system not only includes action count strategies, but also formation tactics, special moves called synthesis, and a skill inheritance system, providing numerous ways to creatively configure archetype strategies in the party. While the party consists of 4 members initially, it can expand to 7 as the story progresses. All members can equip any of the 40+ archetypes, so we hope players enjoy developing their unique strategies.
Fast battle actions based on
Now that
archetypes.
we have explained how to use archetypes in command battles, let's discuss how archetypes' abilities come into play in other ways.
Using
Weapons
a spear
change
this time.
depending on which archetype is equipped, and this also affects the real-time action fast combat that can be used before entering
And just regular
turn-based
punches.
squad battles. For example, the Seeker's one-handed sword allows for quick, successive strikes to deal damage to enemies. Let's change the archetype of the protagonist to the unlocked warrior. You can change the archetype of your party members as well from each tree, but the fast action is a move specific for the protagonist. So we want you to try out not only the command battles, but also the
You're
strategic
going so
action.
fast.
In the
Oh, okay.
case
So
of the
the
warrior's
so the
great
party's
sword, its
weapons
large swing
that solely
delivers
depend
powerful
on the
blows,
different
and
archetypes
while
that we have
swinging
equipped
it,
on them.
The user is not susceptible to preemptive strikes from enemies. In the case of the mage's staff, the attack range extends not only forward, but also around the user, making it effective in situations where the player is surrounded by multiple enemies. It can wipe out many monsters when outnumbered and outclassed. Additionally, there are archetypes that can use ranged weapons. The faker can throw knives, and the gunner uses a crossbow, allowing attacks from a safe distance. Enemies roaming the field also have various characteristics and weaknesses. For instance, you might use
This looks like a gun.
with long-distance attack range to take down flying foes. However, if you choose the protagonist's archetype focusing mainly on fast action, he will fight with that archetype when you enter a squad battle. You cannot swap archetypes in a squad battle, so it's important to
The
plan
person
ahead of
who's
time.
playing this game right
We
now,
hope that
he
everyone
knows
will
what he's
enjoy
doing.
fast and
He or
squad
she knows what he's
combat.
doing. But also, I think that many people, just to get through the battles quicker, and I assume many are gonna try the real-time combat during the actual boss battles, just to see if they could get away with it. I don't think many people are going to try and do the turn-based combat, just because the real-time combat is going to be much quicker than turn-based. But that's just me. I don't know for sure. Dungeons and archetypes.
Let me also talk about the dungeons. There are various enemies in the dungeons. Many familiar creatures from fantasy worlds are recreated in a modern design. Some enemies that ambush you, some that hide underground, and some that appear in a group. There are no dungeons that require a specific type of archetype party, so please enjoy trying out various party strategies of your choice.
A new party member who has long yellow hair.
Although, there are tough enemies and bosses that force you into battles. When this happens, the type of party you bring will affect the battle.
Draw steel. We are spotted.
Monsters called humans are especially tricky to face, so beware.
Humans. So
I
ourselves.
think you will enjoy planning strategies for the battles ahead.
Oh, another new party member, an older man.
Moreover, the degree of freedom in party formation
A fish with
and
two
the
legs.
fact that the difficulty level varies depending on which quest you conquer first can affect the perceived difficulty of battles. And a slight error in judgment can be fatal in this battle.
Oh, cool. The leader
difficulty of
the
the
leader
game
is
can
down,
be
but the
changed at any time.
battle still continues.
And by using the
That's great because
retry
you
feature,
that now that's awesome to see because in a Persona game, once the leader or the main character is out, like the whole squad loses. Which to many people doesn't make sense because the rest of the party is still alive and they could bring back the leader, but for whatever reason, if the leader's down, yeah, that's an automatic loss. But for this game, apparently the battle still continues until the whole party is down and not just the leader.
you'll be able to return to the top of the battle and take on the challenge again with other strategies you might have thought of. So please rest assured that this game is made in a way that ensures all players can confidently take on the challenges. Additionally, a network feature allows players
wow.
to view the party compositions used by other players who've cleared the same dungeon.
No, I'm not gonna
Available
look
to
into
view
that.
at any time. With the press of a button, you can instantly switch to those compositions, making it easier to adapt and strategize. I'm sure there are players who remember playing classic job change games based on the recommended information of specific party setups for certain dungeons. This network feature is like a modern version of that kind of playstyle. Above all, we wanted players to be able to see firsthand how other players are progressing in the dungeon they are currently conquering, using their own party composition and ingenuity, even though it is a loosely connected aspect.
Well done.
Summary.
So, what did you think? In this video,
I'm more
we
interested in the
introduced
gameplay.
various types and uses of archetypes.
Trying to figure out like how to handle
We
everything.
hope that even those who are unfamiliar with past ATLUS titles will be able to easily enjoy this fantasy RPG based on its unique job system, which is a staple in fantasy RPGs. We've added various unique features into Metaphor, from the system and volume to its visuals, and we hope that you will enjoy
A
this
giant
fantasy
human
RPG.
octopus battle.
You think yourself equal?
Metaphor is launching on October 11th, 2024, and is open for pre-orders.
You gotta advertise with Xbox.
Starting today,
To resign the
you
deal.
can also pre-order the digital version. If you are interested in Metaphor, please be sure to pre-order or add to your wish list.
I wonder if ATLUS is gonna reveal more gameplay stuff during the Xbox showcase in my time in 2 days.
Those who pre-order will receive pre-order bonuses, including the Archetype EXP chest set and an Adventurer's Journey pack, Both in-game item sets are useful for battles and party development. They are great value DLCs that you can get just for pre-ordering, so please consider them.
This stuff I don't care about. Like I want to start from
Metaphor will
scratch.
be available in both standard and
I don't want to have like
special
the full line
editions for
advantage.
physical and digital formats. The development team has come together to create a collector's edition that allows everyone to celebrate ATLUS's 35th anniversary.
35th anniversary.
The outer box is designed by Mr. Soejima, and the art book is truly gorgeous, including art from various guest artists. We hope you will have a copy on hand to enjoy. In the digital 35th anniversary history book, you will find a timeline of past titles, introductions to major titles, and a conversation with a very special guest talking about what makes RPGs so much fun to play. Additionally, this edition is filled with congratulatory comments from various creators in the industry. The digital soundtrack includes an all-time best album that looks back on the brand's 35th
cool.
anniversary.
But why do we need digital? I would like a
It is
physical.
a fascinating musical journey that gives both old and new fans a sense of the history of ATLUS's sound. In addition, we have included a cloth world map of the United Kingdom of Uchronia, a set of pins representing the Homo Tinta monsters, a steelbook with dedicated key art, a 2-disc Metaphor ReFantazio soundtrack composed by Shoji Meguro, a digital costume and battle background music set, and a sticker sheet of national flags, archetype
Stickers.
designs, and more. This is a limited edition, so if you would like to take advantage of this opportunity, please consider pre-ordering while supplies last.
I am very much considering it.
Thank you for your continued support and excitement for Metaphor ReFantazio. We hope you will enjoy these special items and look forward to seeing you in the next showcase.
And I'll be here ready to watch and record.
We are happy to hear that so many people were interested in the battle system in the last live stream. So finally, next time, we would like to introduce not only the gameplay, but also the world setting, characters, and story that we have been elaborating in our first attempt at a fantasy RPG. This is a work full of twists and turns, so please stay tuned for the next exclusive. Metaphor is planned to be released on October 11th. Be sure to pre-order and add to your wish list. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you for this game.
It is said that we all have inherited heroic virtues deep within us.
Oh, the Awakening trailer?
The reality is, we oppress,
Yep, it
we
is.
fight. A great evil flows through this land.
He's about to fight instead of saying persona, like archetype. Does he take out the book or does he like go to his heart? Archetype.
Many more protectors and followers will gather to your side. Remind people that the same powers lie dormant within them.
On guard!
You must acquire more archetypes and bring them together.
How's this? Gower! No holding back!
Now you've acquired a most interesting
The March of the
power,
Brawlers.
an archetype whose existence was only theoretical. You wield power now.
Metaphor ReFantazio. Pre-order now, October 11th, as the ATLUS Exclusive 2 showcase for Metaphor ReFantazio. This just gets me more and more excited because the more I learn about this game, the happier I am and the more pumped I am. Because it's still, as I've been saying, that this game is my most anticipated of this year, easily, hands down, and I'm going to hopefully enjoy that whole playthrough of me going through it. Okay, yeah. So all of you, thank you all so much for giving me some of your time and seeing just like I assume my smiling face throughout basically throughout basically the whole thing as as I'm just learning more and more about this game and just like and its battles and characters. Or sorry, its battles. We're gonna learn about the game's characters and story also. Then and during the next showcase. So yeah. So thank you all again very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And you will all see me again for the third showcase or for a future smaller trailer. Or for a future smaller trailer that's only 2 or 3 minutes long and not 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so until next time, adios, goodbye.